Hi everyone, sorry it's been a very long time, just busy this year, it's all gone bits and pop to be honest, so I'm trying to catch up or keep up, whatever you want to call it. So I've come down today and it is the, I think, 3rd of June. Sun's out for change, because every other time I've actually tried to come here and do anything it's actually been pouring down. So I've not been on here for about 3 weeks. I just came and harvested some of the asparagus. But I've just been so busy, personal life and work and all that palaver. So we'll have a quick look around. You can have a look what sort of state it's in. As I say, it's not my finest year by far. Right, so where do we start? Things have changed a little bit up at the fruit end. In March, I moved the blueberries because they used to be down there. I've spaced them out a little bit more, so there's the 6 bushes now, no fruit cage again. I need to put something up because they're absolutely covered in berries, and if I don't net them the blackbirds are going to have them, unless I just say forget it this year, let the blackbirds have them. If I get some I get some, I don't know, it just all depends on what sort of time I get. So there's 6 of these. I spaced them, I think they're in 6 foot apart, and rows are 6 foot apart, and I think each bush is about 4 foot apart. 2 new raspberry beds because the other ones just died. These were supposed to go in November, but I didn't get them until March. And a lot of these, because I got some polka again, but a lot of them have died off again. There's nothing happening with them. The Jones J were a bit spindly, but they've come round, so I'm not expecting anything off them this year really. But there's the odd little bud on them. If I can keep them going, I can always get some more Jones J's for this bed. Or I've got some blackcurrant bushes in that at home. I might put them in. I don't know. I'll see what happens. Strawberries didn't have any flowers on last time I came, and they've full of flowers now, so I might give them a feed today. Asparagus, it's well, as you can see, it's a bit tall. Be a bit woody some of that, but I'll cut it because there'll be some short ones as well. But I think I've had 4 takings off this so far. I've been trying to sort of come like every week for a cut on it, because I can pass through here on the way home from work, but not for any sort of length of time. This bed, nothing, weeds and old Brussels sprout stems. These were onion sets. Can't remember what variety they are. I think this not stirring. I can't remember. Might be stirring. Garlic is looking terrible. It's terrible. A lot of it's falling. I think it can't be ready yet. I mean, there is a bulb on them, so I might just try and hill them up a little bit, just to hold the stems up for a few more weeks. I did manage to get brassicas in, even though they're getting hammered by insects and whatnot. I've lost 3, sorry. Oh, great. Well, a couple of broccoli and a mini Savoy cabbage. I'll just leave them be, let them go. This had some peas in, which have just been a nightmare to germinate. I know Dan's had a problem with this year, so I've got some in gutters. I'm just going to try and, I might just get rid of them and put the gutter ones in. There is some lettuce in here. There's 2 rows and I've got about probably 5 lettuce have come up. Lamb's lettuce, a bit patchy. I might just pick that and give it to my tortoise and just replant that bed. Spuds, sowed these 2nd weekend in April I think, and they're in desperate need of hilling, so they're going to get the first hilling today, and I'm going to try and give them a massive hilling as well, because it's that time of year, you know me. I'm always going on about blight, and it'll be here soon. So that's varieties. Obviously I've not done as many, but there's still like nearly 90 in this bed. These are Morris Pears. I've got 2 rows of King Edwards, some Orla, a row of Orla, and these, what are they called? Vaudor or something. They're a baker. They're supposed to be a big baker, so they're a new variety I'm trying. I've got Duke Yorks and Jazzies and whatnot in pots there at home. If I edit this video I will do, if not. Things at home are a little bit further on, tomato plants and stuff like that, even though I've had horrendous time at home with all that sort of palaver. So I'm here to clear up and put a lot of plants in. I'd like to film it, but I've only got today, so I will try and do what I can. So what am I planting in today? Hopefully sweet corn. Plenty of sweet corn. This is, last year I did a variety called, I think it was Applause. This year I've gone back to Swift. Some spring onions, in there some swede and some Brussels sprouts. I'm only going to put the swede out today I think. Courgettes, these are a variety that apparently don't need the pollinating It's sort of like self-set, so you don't get the little soggy things, apparently. French climbing beans, these are Cobra. Might be a bit early for them out here yet, I'll see if they take, but I'm going to sow some more anyway. I might actually put some in by my sweet corn as well, just to get them, just for something else to pick. So I've got 3 lots of peas in gutter. I managed to get them going, but knowing my luck, I'll put them in today and they'll be gone by next week. Someone will have had them, but you can only do it and try it and see what happens. So I'm going to get on. I better tell you what's over here. This bed is full of there's 2 metal cats, bird scarers that don't scare birds, and lots of this nightmare weed. When it goes to seed and you touch it, it just flicks its seeds everywhere. I did not do any winter prep. I didn't top any of the beds up, and completely no preparation at all. Apart from this, it had a bag of leaves chucked on it and then some old compost on top of that. So my own fault. Well, it was a wet winter. I just couldn't get down here. Just busy, personal life problems. Been a hell of a last 18 months. I've been ill and all sorts. It's just gone. It's all gone to cock. So I'm going to try and catch up. Try and get some out this year. That's all I can do. Right. So I'll get on, and I don't know what I'm going to tackle next. I'll video bits that go along. Maybe, I don't know. I'll see what happens. Okay. I'll get on. Right, I'm going to try and mount these spuds up. There's a lot of weeds and whatnot in the way. I'm hoping they'll just rip up when I mount them. If not, it means I've got to mess about hoeing, and I really want to try and do as little as I have to, really. So it's just a case of dragging the earth from the sides and covering a fair bit of foliage. It doesn't matter about covering leaves and all that palaver, it doesn't matter at all. Just, it's not one of my favourite jobs to do, because it is quite tiring. So if you hear me huffing and puffing, it's because I'm still not right, really. Something, you know, I've been struggling with respiratory problems and whatnot. I should really go to the doctors about a bit more. Like, fob you off a bit now and then. You can use them. I can't control now. I can angle the whole thing. I've got somewhere the angle snaps on it. I'm knackered already. Could do with like a nice sort of calm, cloudy day for this. No, either get it pouring down. I did actually get a dry day. I planted these, but it did as soon as I put the first one in. It started to spit with rain. And I didn't do it the usual way, where I usually just dig a little hole, the old-fashioned way. Dig a trench. Digging like 5 21-foot trenches. A little testing. Oh God. Soil's still dark underneath, so it's not too dry. Try and give them a good mounting, because sometimes you leave it a bit long, you can't actually get in between. Spacings on the rows, I think they're all about 3 foot apart. Plant spacings vary, foot to 15 inches. There's no finesse or anything, you use that measuring with sticks and all sorts, but I'm just like, there's my trench, guesstimate, lob them in. Which works for a lot of people, to be honest. I do faff too much sometimes, but like it annoys me when I've got like my broccoli over there, nice row, and then someone comes along and takes a couple of plants. It looks odd then. Little things like that do bug me. The OCD, I suppose, but one of them things. You can't always have it how you'd like. much more. It's 9 o'clock in the morning, so the sun's getting hot already. So you get the idea. I've got to repeat that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times, so it's not going to be, I'm not going to record it all because it'll be boring, and if you can sit and watch me doing all this, then it should be down your own allotment, if you've got one. I suppose it's one of them videos you sort of watch in the winter and it gets you all eager to do it. This anticipation of season coming, you get big plans, which is great when you work out. So I'm just bombarded with work and health problems. So if it wasn't for my mum, to be honest, I've been knackered this year. She kept things going in the back garden, watering and whatnot. Bless her, she tries her best. She's actually taken a liking to gardening. She was never a big one for growing stuff. She had a tendency to drown everything. See everything limping over and just keep walking. It's a stinking mess. She's getting the gist of it now. So she likes, now she's retired, she grows her own little bits and flowers and whatnot. No, she does alright. I think she likes it because it gives her something to do. Yeah, I'd love a good rest, but I'd do me nut if I was retired. I didn't do anything. Yeah, if you watched one of my last videos, which is I can't remember, it was from January, so it was a Q&A thing, something, I can't remember. Some of you know, go back into my music, that's still going. I don't know, I'll have to ask my mate if he's alright with it. Put a little snippet at the end, was it? One of the rehearsals, only a little sneak peek because I don't want his wife seeing it because they're renewing the wedding vows in July and me and him are performing, no pressure. And I'll admit, I've never been one for singing. Right, got my guitar, that's me, but he asked me to do it, and there's just the two of us, get some backing tracks and just cover the guitar parts, and it's not too bad actually, because I used to be in bands years ago, and God, it was a lot of hassle, people turning up late and saying they've had enough, can't do this, can't do that. Backing tracks are always in time and on time. You can see this mound is slowly, looks like it's getting really, really high, but it's not. It's the ground inside, it's getting lower and lower, but obviously it's getting high. Well, he's got some foliage growing on the top, finds its way. So once the canopy's up, the weeds tend to bugger off for a bit. Give it another tickle down the other side. Then we'll stop for a can and a fag. That's really healthy. But I'm going to kill myself. I'm not getting any younger. 40 in a fortnight. I want to week on Thursday, something like that. No, not 16th anyway. It's just another day I'll be at work. Right, I'm going to turn it off now. That's how you manage buds, and then you can repeat that every sort of 2-3 weeks until you get sick of doing it. And then you should do alright. So if the sound's not great, I've got the microphone clipped on around my neck here, so it's rubbing. Sorry about it, it's tapped it. But I've got a cheapy camera and a cheapy microphone recording thing, and it's done alright so far. Right, I'm going to crack on while you probably watch whatever I'm doing next, which I've not even thought about yet. Right, I'll get on. Right, I'm going to try and put these peas in. It's a little bit of faff and they don't always come out as well as you like, but we'll give it a go. Right, I better go and get them. Spuds are all mounded up. My forehead was leaking like hell, sweating me nuts off. Nice cool breeze come now though. Right, so I've not put my net in yet. Usually I'd have my net in, but I'll just use a bit of wood. I'll just make sure I've got it right. That's going to go that way around, so that's how I diddly do. But the cameraman would be so handy right now, but I haven't got one. A bit further forward. Go about there. About there, I'll do. Do it like that. Nets have ended up a bit not spaced properly, but I salvaged, you know, I moved 2 patchy rows of peas and tried and made 1 good row, and I'm going to plant 2. So idea is make a hollow in the ground. Bear in mind, if you're using deep gutter, you have to make it a bit deeper. There is a gutter called deep flow you can use. You know, it's obviously a lot deeper than standard gutter. The leather jackets, my beds are absolutely rife with leather jackets this year. I noticed it when I put, just give it the old, where's it gone now? I've just launched it, I can't find it. Oh, never mind. Yeah, I'll have to treat it next year, because when I was doing my brassica bed I noticed there were loads in there. That's why I put the old drinking straws around the stems again. And none of them got dispatched by them, but slugs came along and dispatched the odd one. Right. Just kind of feather it out a bit more level. Right. Some people wet it. I've had it easier come out when it's just been watered. This is fairly dry, so I haven't got my big trowel with me, which would be a lot easier, but make do with what I've got. I'm going to try and just crack it from the side here. Less place it can stick, the better. Just glide it along. Try and get that bit out. Do that side. It's a bit like plant pots, they tend to stick around the top edge sometimes. So the more free bits you can do, the better. The idea is you butt it right up to that end and try and get the whole thing moving. If you get the whole thing moving, you've cracked it. If not, it comes out in rubbishy clumps and you have to push it all in and sort it all out, which will probably happen this time. But hey, oh, never mind. Is it moving? Is it heck? Give it a bit more of a go with trowel. Yeah, we got a bit of lift off there. I'm going to tilt my gutter quite steep and slide it back. That's that bit in. I'm going to flip it around. and then try and, this will be lucky getting this in one. Chance to be a fine thing. I can just get it moving a bit. Is it moving? No. Get me trowel again. I've used like an off-cut gutter before now to get it sliding. Well, that bit's moving. That bit's just turned to mush. That bit's moving. Try to get it to come. There's that bit. You just go along and that's that, because the roots are at the bottom, they'll take easy enough when it's watered in. You know, you can squidge them about a bit. I'm just going to tilt them this way. And earth up to them that side. Just give them a bit of a light pressing. And there. Get one of the other ones. These are going proper dry, these are starting to look a bit glum. I'll just try and snake this out bit by bit. Oh, tickling, that one's coming out in one lump. Bonus. That one kind of went okay. Trust me, sometimes it's an absolute nightmare. It just all falls out and everything. You end up poking them back in one by one. I would prefer to sort them direct, but which I did do, but as you can see, they went brilliant. It's all hit and miss. I'll flip that just over them for the moment. Make sure they're all squidgy down there. Like that. Right, I'm going to move my camera now so you can see how I do these nets. Well, sort of. So you'll have to come around the other side. Sorry about the wobbly camera. I'm not going to edit this bit out. Have to bear with me. Just open the viewfinder so I can see. A little bit further back. Got to make a rubbish cameraman. Right, we'll go with about there. You get the idea. Just get the bed sort of in bottom. Because 4 of my beds are the same size, I can rotate these through all 4 of them. So basically, slate batten, which is about 20mm by, I don't know what, 45mm or something, I don't know. Not the real weight for thin stuff, the next stuff up. Dirt cheap from a proper wood place, don't get it from B&Q because it costs a bomb. You have a proper builder's place for stuff like this. And this netting I got off eBay. It's a bit like goalpost netting really. You know, it's not too bad. I'll spin it around the other way because I've got to make sure I get it right way around. I've had these nets for about 3 years now. That green stuff, oh my god, what a nightmare that stuff is. I'll kind of try and do. Might squish shod one doing this, but this is why I usually like to put it in first, but for the purpose of videoing I haven't. And it'll fit in all 4 of these beds and I can move them up and down and whatnot. I'll get that about roughly where I want it. I'll have to go there because I can't get it in otherwise. Push it down, I'll have to just block the viewer sack. Push that right down there and repeat on this side. So down there. A few got trapped on there, I'll just poke them back. Piece to remove your fingers if you try and push it down as well, because it kind of hurts. Right, do that, and then I have somewhere a couple of screws. Basically I put one screw in each side at the bottom, like so. A longer screw would be better, but I can always pack one in after. They're just drywall screws, these are not really meant for this sort of thing, but keep them cheerful. That side in. Right, you could be fussing at a spirit level out if you like, which I have done, but I've got one in my shed, and my shed's over there and I'm right here. Call me lazy if you like, but never mind. And I better check you can see this in shot actually, shouldn't I? I might have to move you back again. Yeah, I have to move you back again. No, I'll tilt it up and you get an idea. Right, I'll have to go and get a couple of screws. Bear with me a sec. Oh. So you can do with an apprentice for this sort of lark. Right. Yeah, get drywall screws, just don't even consider they're on a strip like, you just pull them out. Just watch your fingers though, because it can hurt. Then basically, kind of get the first one roughly about where you want it. Just be careful of any bits of wood poking out. You got to remember there, otherwise you'll bosh your head on them one day. Don't trust me, I've done already a few times. And then proceed to screw that into the first net. If you haven't got a battery drill, the old-fashioned hand screwdriver is always good. At least it never runs out of power. So I mean, usually I have this full space, but they're a little bit narrow this year. That's just the way it is. Kind of get it about level. About there will do. Pin that one down there. Is that one about level? I don't know. Nothing's level here. Smack it over, get it somewhat near. I don't think the peas are going to complain. Screw that there. So all three braced across the top, the braced apart at the bottom because of the raised bed, and it's pretty sturdy, to be honest. So I'll regret saying that if we get a high wind and it's all collapsed. Well, never mind. Right, so what I'm going to do now, which I'm not going to video, is just give them a good degging of water. So this bed's been weeded, peas are in. I've got a few lettuce there. Don't know what I'm going to do with them yet, I'll probably shift them about. Right, so I'll water these and then I'll find the next job and put that on. Okay. Try not to fall over in the process. Right, I put some sweet corn in, so I'm not going to show you planting them all. If you know, fine. If you don't, sweet corn needs to be in a block. You can't just plant it in a big long row because it needs to be pollinated by its neighbouring things, and some varieties say do not grow a different variety too close by. Some you can, so just check your seed packets when you get it. Spacings, foot to 15 inches each way will do, or you can do like a foot, by about 18 inch. I've just kind of worked it so I can get 30 in this bed. This bed's like 7 foot by 6, I think, thereabouts anyway. So I've kind of spaced them that way a little bit wider than they are this way. So let's get cracking. Basically they're in pots. Just going to make a hole. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but this time I'm planting them deeper than they are in the pot. Well, because a bit of breeze has picked up today and I don't want them all blowing over and snapping off. So, try and get out of the pot. Decent roots on it, not root bound, but not far off either. So that one's going like a good, it's going a good inch and a half lower down. We'll push in. They're a thirsty plant, which is what I struggle with not being able to get here all the time. It affects the crop if you can't get a good regular intake of water. But this is pretty damp deep down, this. It's fairly compacted, this bed. So they should get a good root hold, because they don't have to chuck out some big roots. As you'll notice if you try and pull them out, I usually just cut them off just below ground level when they're done. I just leave the roots in. And then they'll just rot down and feed whatever goes in here after. But it is easier sometimes if you lay canes out to actually lay your grid out. You know, this bed it's not square. It's kind of what it is, rhombus or whatever you want, well, rectangular, parallelogram sort of thing. It's just because my plot isn't square. So it looks square one way but not the other. But it doesn't matter. They're in the ground. If you space them too close, you might reduce your yield. But you might get good pollination, so it's all hit and miss. It's very open here, so you have to watch it with the pollen and that. So I tend to, when on the calmer days, when the pollen's on it, look out for the big bushy tops and everything, and the tassels are on the cobs as well, and then just give a good old shake and whatnot, that'll help it dust down. Another one in there. The hardest thing about sweet corn and carpet time is actually getting it to germinate. Some people really struggle with it. I mean, this year I've been pretty lucky. I think I had 100% germination. But I did cheat. I did mine under grow lights. We spent about 3 weeks under lights indoors, and then they've been in the polytunnel. So I've not really hardened them off outdoors as such. I've had a couple of days. It's not enough really, so I'm hoping the wind doesn't get too hard until they get a bit of chunk on them, and it should be okay. So I'll plank over to the next one. Kind of either tiger it up, so I don't have to be too fancy. Like I said, I used to be like that, but this year I've not planned anything, so I'm not going to start now so much. Because usually I know what's going where before I've even sown it. I didn't decide where this was going until about 10 minutes before I put it in. So not the most organised, but hey, oh, never mind. It's not had corn in this bed before. It had it in the bed next door 2 years ago, and then I'm trying to think where it was last year. Over where me, not sure, where my garlic and onions are over there. I might pull that garlic out. It's a bit, I don't think it's actually split, even though I did sow it early. It was had cold. I don't know. I might leave it till next time. I might just hill it up a bit and see what happens. And sow something else to go in its place. I could pull it out, put some beetroot in, but I don't really eat the beetroot. I tend to just grow it and give me nan. There's so much beetroot you can do. If anyone knows how to make a right good pickle mix for beetroot, put it in the comments below, please. Not a real sharp one either, you know, like malt. It's too strong. You know, like the old shop bought piccalilli, not piccalilli, beetroot. I like piccalilli as well. No, can I get a pickle mix that's decent? Can I, heck? So anyone knows how to do it, has perfected it, that's great. Please put a link or something in the description. Well, in the comments, should I say. Right, so I won't bore you. watching all these. It is very repetitive, times 30. So I'll get on with these, get bored out of my mind doing it, and then we'll get on with whatever's next, which I've not even thought about yet. Okay, that's that. Sweet corn. Swift. Right, I'm done for today. I've not videoed anything else for today. I'm pushing, trying to get stuff done. So we'll have a quick look at what I've got done today. I've not done everything, but I've not too bad. Right, spuds are all mounded up. I might have to mound them again, to be honest. Quite a big mound on them now. Sweet corn is in. Planted some spring onions and a few swede over there that are really sort of proper leggy. Put raw beetroot seed in, don't know what that'll do. Move some lettuce to here, water in, it might pick up, I don't know. So peas are done. Courgettes and the cobra French blind beans. I've also pushed 2 seeds in each one of them as well. Filled up that raw lamb's lettuce and watered it. Just watered everything else really. Brassicas and onion. I've left the garlic, I thought I'll leave that. I've actually sowed a row of iceberg lettuce in here, so I'm going to put my Brussels sprouts in here. Decided that about an hour ago. Had a bit of a tidy up over the fruit and I need to sort through a great big pile of wood. Blueberries are all watered, strawberries are fed. I've cut the asparagus. And that's about it really, so I've not done bad. Sunburn, Jesus Christ. Right, so I'm not going to do anything in the garden again. I'm going to get home, that's it for today. So I shall do a garden video over the next week anyway. So sorry it's been so long. Like I said, I've been busy. Life's gone to pot a bit really, I suppose. Right, take care and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.